to all. It is a great honor to be here, and I want to thank the leadership of Ashesi University for inviting me to speak today. My biography says I am a researcher at Gallup, but what I really am is a data astronaut. What's a data astronaut, you may ask? Well, the research we do across sub-Saharan Africa gives us a 10,000-foot view of how Africans live and what they want in life. So I spend a lot of time in data space. Gallup has been collecting data throughout Africa for 15 years. We work in almost every country in the region, from Ghana to Ethiopia, from DRC to Madagascar. Our research reaches women and men, the young and those not so young, educated and those who did not attend school, urban dwellers, as well as those living in more remote, less accessible areas. In fact, our research is representative of the opinions and attitudes of 97% of Africans aged 15 and older. This research project is called the Rheault, and we conduct it not just in sub-Saharan Africa, but also all over the world. To do this research, I travel extensively in the region. I meet people from all walks of life, and these trips help put a human face on the data we gather. On one of my trips to Angola, I saw small children drag plastic chairs. So I asked people what these kids were doing, and they told me the children needed to bring their own chairs to school. Otherwise, they would have to sit on the floor. I closed my eyes and I tried to imagine what the future looked like for these children. By 2050, these children will have joined the ranks of the 1.25 billion Africans who will either be working or looking for work. But will there be jobs for them? Here's a better question. What can be done today to ensure these children will grow to become productive members of their communities tomorrow? Here's an even better question. With emerging technologies and the development of artificial intelligence, virtual and augmented reality, what type of work will these children grow up to do? You heard that by 2035, the number of working-age Africans will exceed that of all other regions of the world combined. This is an incredible statistic with tremendous implications for national governments, educators, and of course, individuals. Some researchers frame this youth bulge challenge in one of two ways. It is either framed as a youth issue that requires youth-specific initiatives. The other framing it is that it's a structural issue with deep roots in unemployment, poor economic diversification, and an unfriendly business environment. All factors that contribute to limited opportunities for young people. But much more nuance is needed, especially in a region as large and as diverse as sub-Saharan Africa. I do not have a magic wand to provide a solution for the demographic youth challenge in the region. But I have our Gallup data to shed light on issues young Africans currently face. These data can help decision makers develop meaningful solutions, and while each country is unique and will require country-specific initiatives, similar patterns affecting youth have emerged across the region. So what patterns do I see as a data astronaut? The first key finding is that young Africans, those between the ages of 15 and 24, have high expectations of a better life. How do we know that? Using a scale from 0 to 10, we ask people where they think they stand today and where they think they will be 5 years from now. On average, African youth rate their current life a 5 and think they will be close to 8 in the near future. While this 3-point difference from 5 to 8 does not sound like much, it actually is a fairly substantial jump. As a point of comparison, youth in Finland who rate their present life an 8, that's the highest in the world, think they will be at 8.6 5 years from now. So you can see that young Africans have high hopes their present life will improve, not just by a little, but rather by a lot in the next few years. Are there differences across countries on life evaluation? Yes, there are. Youth in Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and Cameroon rate their present life the highest at 5.4, and those in the Central African Republic rated the lowest at 3.3. There are also large differences in terms of future life evaluation. Young Nigerians think they will stand at 8.2 5 years from now, similar to what youth in Finland think, while at the other end of the spectrum, youth in Chad think they will be at 5.6, the lowest in the region. The hope of a better life, which is the difference between present and future life ratings, is highest in Burundi, where the difference is almost 4 points. And it is lowest in Chad, where the difference is just 1 point. So one-size solution definitely does not fit all. Our research also shows a positive relationship between life evaluation and education. African youth who have completed 4 years of education after high school rate their present life slightly over 5, while those with the primary education or less rated 4.4. Educated youth also have greater expectations of a better future. Hope of a better tomorrow, which again is the difference between their present and future life ratings, is almost 3 points among youth with a university education, compared to 2.5 points for those with a primary education or less. But another key finding reveals that young Africans are not reaping the employment benefits of more education. Africans with at least some secondary education fare only marginally better on the job front than those with less education. This means a family may sacrifice for their son or daughter to get more education only to see their child unemployed or underemployed at the same level as someone who only has a primary education. This can be a disincentive for young people to continue their schooling or for families to agree to pay for further education. In addition, this finding supports the commonly held belief that there is a mismatch between youth skills and the current needs of the job market. A few years back, I attended the US Africa Forum in Washington, D.C. And there was a Fortune 500 executive who explained how his company had to recruit from the United States and from the United Kingdom to fill technical positions in East Africa where his company operated. He said that his company could not find local people with the needed competencies and skill set for positions that were available. But it does not have to be so. Education is a fundamental ingredient to build a good life. On average, 41% of Africans say education is the most valuable thing to have for success in life. Botswana and Ghana lead on this issue with more than 70% in each country who say education is the most valuable thing someone can have to succeed in life. But our research also shows that majorities in just 10 African countries believe education is the most valuable thing for success. So, what is valued if it is not education? Connections. On average, 30% of Africans say family and personal connections are the most valuable things to succeed in life. The highest are in Mali and Gallup, where 63% and 62% respectively say family and personal connections are the most valuable things for someone to have. A couple of years ago, I was in Eastern DRC for a client project, and 1/3 of the interviewers we had recruited for field work were medical doctors. I asked them why they were not working in their field, and they told me that unfortunately they did not have an umbrella. They did not know anyone who could help them get a job as a doctor in a clinic or hospital. The alternative was to buy an umbrella, which apparently would cost $500 for the umbrella to open and lift their job application to the top. So, in countries where success is seen as umbrellas or personal relationships, who you know rather than what you know, Africans may be more likely to view education as not just a costly endeavor, but also a pointless one. Often the result is that young people fail to develop the skills they need to work towards a brighter future for their families and their communities. Building on the education theme, I want to share a key finding related to migration. Educated African youth are far more likely than those with less schooling to want to emigrate. When asked if they would prefer to stay in their country or leave it permanently if they had the opportunity to do so, about 1/2 of African youth with at least a secondary education told us they would prefer to leave, compared to 35% of those with a primary education or less who said the same. Let's pause for a moment. 1/2. If 1/2 of the most educated youth are more interested in a better future in another country, who will then be the doctors, the engineers, the teachers, and the other professionals we need to have here? Even if only a fraction of the most educated Africans leave, what is the impact of this brain drain on human and economic development for countries throughout the region. But here again, there are important differences across countries. So which youth are the most likely to leave and which ones would rather stay put? 79% of youth, 79% of youth in Sierra Leone and 74% in Comoros would prefer to leave their country. These are the highest migration intentions among all countries we surveyed. At the lowest end of the spectrum, 17% in Tanzania and Rwanda and 18% in Madagascar would emigrate if they could. And where do these young people want to go? There is really a single destination, and it is by far, can you guess? You're really good. I can go on vacation. It is by far the United States. 30% of young Africans who would prefer to leave their countries say they would go to the United States. Other top destinations, although they lag behind young Africans' top choice, are Canada, France, Germany, the UK, Saudi Arabia. There's China also on this list, but it's a little below Saudi Arabia and the others I mentioned. They all enlisted about 4 to 5% of youth choices as their destination countries. But schools, and especially institutions of higher learning, can be important actors of change, positive change, in this massive demographic transformation that will sweep the region. For years, the success of higher education institutions has been measured using traditional metrics, including alumni's income, student loan default rates, and employment rates. As scientific observers of human nature, we at Gallup realized there was a need for a more holistic approach to measuring success in education outcomes. For the last several years, we have partnered with the Strata Education Network. It is a nonprofit organization in the United States whose mission is to improve lives through a better understanding of meaningful pathways between education and employment. In 2014, we launched the Strata Gallup Alumni Survey in response to this need for scientific measurement of alumni success. We interviewed over 75,000 college graduates in the United States who received a bachelor's degree or higher to quantify their outcomes in terms of employment and overall great lives. So what did we learn? We learned that successful alumni have what we call critical experiences. There are 6 of them, and they represent the winning combination for a great life and a great job. First, successful alumni say they had at least one professor who made them excited about learning. Second, successful alumni say they had professors who cared about them as people. Third, successful alumni said they had a mentor who encouraged their goals and their dreams. Fourth, successful alumni say they were very involved in extracurricular activities. Fifth, successful alumni said they had to do a long-term project that took at least 1 semester to complete. And sixth, successful alumni said they had an internship or job where they could apply their learning. Of course, these results reflect the U.S. educational environment, but we can see what happens in schools actually matters greatly. These critical experiences can be adapted to other contexts to help drive positive employment outcomes for students. So why do I keep bringing up employment? Well, because what everybody in the world actually wants is a good job. How do we know that? Of the 5 billion people aged 15 and older living on planet Earth, 3 billion of them told Gallup they want a good job. And what does it mean to have a good job? We define a good job as one with 30 plus hours of work a week with a consistent paycheck from an employer. A great job is one where you believe your boss cares about your development, where you can use your strengths every day, and where you believe your work makes a contribution to the greater good. So, the youth demographic challenge in Africa takes on even greater significance because of the tremendous need for job creation and the tremendous expectations African youth have for their future. Beyond high expectations of a better tomorrow, we learn that many Africans are not reaping the fruits of more education. We also learn that the youth who are most equipped to improving the day-to-day existence of their brothers and sisters want to try their luck in a foreign country, perhaps because they think they will not need to buy umbrellas. We all know that education is a powerful factor of positive change. The school experience has important consequences on graduates' outcomes. Creating a school experience that nurtures students who see that the learning has meaning and practical outcomes may be one of the most successful initiatives to address the youth demographic challenge. There is no reason for young Africans to spend their youth waiting. Their tomorrow starts now. Thank you very much.